Hello and welcome. I'm Valerie Hawkins, Director of the Carroll County Department of Public Safety. In this installment of Carroll 101, we'll provide an overview of what the Carroll County Department of Public Safety does every day to help protect life and safety in our community. Our mission at the Department of Public Safety, which comprises the Emergency Communications Center and Emergency Management, is to provide the residents who live in, work in, and visit Carroll County with highly professional, well-coordinated public safety services. Through teamwork, we foster cooperation between allied agencies in our department to protect life and property and support resiliency for all of Carroll County. As I mentioned, the department is comprised of emergency communications and emergency management. Emergency communications involves the 911 center. Our fiscal year 2025 approved budget, our operating budget is $7.23 million, and our capital budget is $690,000. The Emergency Communications Center, as I mentioned, this comprises our 911 center. It operates 24/7, 365, so no matter when you call, in Carroll County, the 911 center will answer your call. We answer all the calls and text to 911 in Carroll County. And in 2023, our center received 60,722 calls and 164 texts to 911. We also manage radio communications and dispatch operations for fire, EMS, law enforcement, and other governmental partners. And last year, we dispatched 24,851 incidents for all of those agencies. The other portion of the Department of Public Safety is emergency management. The Emergency Management Division serves and assists the community with preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery activities. And we do planning activities for all hazards, including technological, man-made, and natural disasters. We're also responsible in emergency management for issuing public information and warning emergency mass notifications. So for things like shelter-in-place recommendations or evacuation recommendations, or for other things like critical missing persons notifications. Emergency management also conducts a lot of preparedness outreach activities. So we work hard to make sure that you and your family have the information you need to help keep yourself safe in the event of a natural disaster. So things like creating an emergency kit and making sure that you're informed about the types of emergencies that might happen in our community. Emergency management also administers all of the Homeland Security grant funding that passes through to Carroll County from the Department of Emergency Management at the state level and Federal Emergency Management Agency at the federal level. Sending our recent projects in emergency management, we just recently completed our emergency operations plan update. We update that plan every other year. So coming up in 2025, we'll be on an off year. We just updated that in 2024. We have re-implemented the Ready Carroll Emergency Preparedness Program. That is a 4-week citizen preparedness opportunity where every night, one night a week for 4 weeks or a month-long program, we provide an opportunity for citizens to come out and learn more about emergency preparedness in general, about fire prevention, about crime prevention, and we work with our partner agencies to help provide that information. So that's just a neat opportunity that we've been able to reinstitute recently. We did it prior to the pandemic, and now we've got back to in-person offerings of that. We recently expanded and enhanced both the primary and alternate 911 centers. So they were both renovated recently. And in October 23, we implemented and went live with Next Generation 911. And that is a project across the state and the nation to replace the previous analog infrastructure that runs the 911 services across the nation with digital technology. With regard to responses, on June 5th, 2024, we did respond to the EF1 Eldersburg tornado that occurred that evening. On August 7th, 2023, we responded to the incident in Westminster that many of you may remember. Multiple poles down on 140 that happened during a severe storm that evening. There were a lot of people that were trapped in their vehicles for a while. We operated a reception center for them after our fire and EMS and law enforcement partners were able to get them out of their vehicles safely. And we had a significant portion of the county that did not have power. We were probably at about 50% of county residents that did not have electrical power for a significant period of time. And then prior to that, in July of 2022, we had another similar situation where we had a county-wide severe storm response. We had many places all across the county that experienced significant tree damage, wires down, and a lot of electrical outages, again, for that particular response. Some of the opportunities for progress that we see, sometimes you might hear them called challenges, but we're choosing to view them as opportunities for progress, are maintaining adequate staffing across the department, especially for the 911 center. Public safety positions in general are difficult to fill these days, but we're working hard to make sure that we're maintaining those adequate staffing levels across the organization. We're keeping pace with changing technology. So as I mentioned, next generation 911 is something new for our industry. It provides a lot of opportunities, and it also provides a lot of challenges with trying to keep up with the technology that it requires in order to operate correctly. And then artificial intelligence. That's something of a double-edged sword, but we're looking into the potential ways that we can utilize that capability to improve our operations overall in the department. Cybersecurity and the increasing need for interjurisdiction and interagency coordination are some of the other challenges that we see. And we're trying to build a really resilient community in the face of climate change and the complexity of some of the weather-related disasters. As we mentioned in the previous slide, we've just over the past 3 years, every summer, we've had a significant large weather-related event here in Carroll County. So I hope that this has provided you with some additional information about what the Carroll County Department of Public Safety does on a day-to-day basis, as well as during times of disaster response. But if you're interested in more information, you can always reach out to us. My contact information is on the slide. You can also follow us on social media. We have a Facebook page, and we also have an X feed. So everybody stay safe out there, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you soon.